Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if you are new. Hi, my name is Kezzy, whatever you want to call it. Hey, so today I'm going to be continuing on with part 4 of reading this book, and it is Ghosts and Legends of Frederick County. So if you're from this area, this will be really fun to read about. And we're in Strange Creatures right now, this section, this part. There's only one more part after this, and yeah, so that'll be the last video. So yeah, I'm really excited. I actually tried filming this earlier, so this is my second take at this. Yeah. It's still March 6th, so this is technically the 4th video I have made today, even though the first video, which was at exactly midnight, so right when I turned March 6th, like, I feel like that one, it still feels like that one was, yesterday, and I've only done 3 today, so this will be the 3rd one, so yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. As I said, I was doing this one, but my phone stopped filming, so I have to redo it now. I was like almost done. I had just finished the first 2 stories, and there was only one more left, and I was like, yes. So yeah. Anyways, make sure you guys get yourself a cup of tea. I have like I don't know what it was called, but it's a nice yummy tea. It's by Yogi, so I'll read the little thing they have. It says, "Love is the highest of all virtues." And I definitely agree with that. One of my favorite songs by the Beatles is All We Need Is Love. And I just love love. And I also love the song Treat Feel with Kindness by Taylor Swift. Oh, Harry Styles. So yeah. They're not my favorite by each artist. They're not, okay? But they're one of my favorites. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into this now. I'm gonna be starting on page 51 if you have the book. Anyways, let's get into it. Also, make sure you guys have a water with you, okay? I have a box I'm leaning against, so I'm sorry if it like makes noise. Also, this thing is making the cool lights. It like also is making noise again. I'm sorry. Okay. Also, the lights, because they're not flashing, but I don't know. If they're like irritating you or something, you don't have to watch this. You can just listen to it or something, okay? So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get right into this now. And yeah. Ghost dogs. Most areas of the world have their accounts of strange creatures. Several come to mind quite easily. The abominable snowman of the Himalayas and the Bigfoot of the Pacific Northwest. Not to be left out, Frederick County, too, has had its share of strange animals. Tales of the duayo and the snallygaster have amused Frederick Countians, which again, I'm assuming that means that like it's people who live in, I've never heard that word before, so I don't know if I'm just weird or something. Oh my word, wait, oh no, seriously, tell me, where are they? Come on. Okay, I have a little thing here. I'm sorry, my rings, I really like my rings. I really want to see if I can find them. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my word. Okay, they're right here. Oh, I got them. Thank goodness. Sorry. I have to have my rings on because they're just like, I don't know. I just like my rings. They make me feel, I feel like if I don't have my rings on, I'm not ready for the day. So until it's nighttime. Anyways, I'm sorry about that. Okay, back to reading. Okay, so, okay. So yeah, Countians, I've never heard of that before, but again, I'm assuming it's people who just live in a county, like instead of citizens, which is like, I guess, for cities or something like that. So, yeah. I don't know. Am I the only one who's never heard that word before? For many years, less well-known, this is so uncomfortable, but whatever, less well-known are the accounts of numerous four-legged friends. Probably the most famous dog of this sort is the Maybe I shouldn't lean back. I do have a pillow. I do have a pillow. And it's a love pillow. Yes, that's perfect. Okay. Let me put this back here and see. Okay. Probably one of the most famous dog of this sort is the snarly yowl or black dog. He was often seen in the last century on South Mountain, coming down a favorite path toward the National Pike on now an alternate Route 40. Here he would sometimes stop, scaring any passing travelers before continuing his journey down the mountain. Any attempts made to follow the strange beast would usually result in the dog's sudden disappearance. It is interesting to note how accounts of strange animals are often associated with the deaths of cruel men. There was such a man who lived in the Urbana district on an estate called Addison in the 1830s. A slave owner named Singleton Berg that the slaves despised. Singleton was common knowledge, and they took great pleasure in entiting stores about him, probably leading to the belief that Addison is now haunted. On his deathbed, it is said that a strange man wearing a black cape and riding a black horse came to Singleton's house. As he stood over Singleton's bed, he chanted, "Are you ready, Singleton Berg?" Then vanished. 3 days before Singleton died, a strange black dog appeared on the steps leading to the room where he lay. The dog kept the strange vigil until Singleton Berg was dead, then it too vanished. Another strange dog seen in the Emmitsburg area is said to be the ghost of a cruel landowner named Lee Masters. What is it with these, sick people? I don't get it. I guess they're getting what they deserve, but, I'm also kind of yeah, we have, nice people? Why does everybody have to be, not everybody, but, why do people have to be so mean, Anyways. Apparently, the dog has been sighted in the Emmitsburg region for over 100 years. In 1887, 2 men were riding at dusk near Mine Bridge when suddenly a large black dog came through a fence on one side of the road. The 2 men watched aghast as the strange animal crossed the path in front of them and then passed through a fence on the other side. There have been other apparent sightings. Once a man tried to strike the creature with a whip, only to see it go right through. Another man claimed it had intelligence, for when he spoke to the dog, "Come here and walk beside me," it did. A man driving a wagon once reported a large black dog wearing a chain walked beside his wagon for about 100 yards and then vanished. The strange black dog is said to be about 3 feet tall, usually seen with a huge chain around its neck. Legend has it that the strange animal is never seen more than once by the same person. Rose Hill Manor is an historic 200-year-old mansion located in the northern part of Frederick. Once owned and lived in by the first governor of Maryland, Thomas Johnson, the former estate is now owned by the county and serves as a museum for children. It is repeatedly haunted by many ghosts, one of which is the blue ghost of an old dog that sometimes wanders the grounds at midnight. The story is told of a wealthy man who lived there many years ago with only his dog for company. Not one to trust in banks, he buried all his money somewhere on the property. In his will, he left directions where to find it, presumably 6 feet from an old oak tree. After he died, many people searched the estate for the buried treasure, but no one has been successful. Some nights, the old blue dog can be seen roaming the grounds and on occasion has been heard to bark. It is believed if the dog can be followed while barking, its pursuer will be led to the buried gold. However, The ghostly blue dog always disappears before any treasure can be found. Okay, so that's the end of that section. Again, have your tea out, because we got tea. Have your drink out, your beverage of choice, whatever it is for you. Yep. I hope you have water with you, even if that's your beverage of choice, or if you'd have it, even if it isn't, okay? So you have both. I have my tea and my water, so yep. Okay. So now we're doing the Snally Gaster. Sorry, not Geister. I keep calling it that. It's not that. It's Gaster, I believe. Yeah, Gaster. Okay, the Snally Gaster. So yeah. The one that doesn't sound right to my brain is the right one. The Snally Gaster. Okay, so yeah. By the way, this book, when I finish this book, I actually want to read. Do I have the book here? No. It's I think it's up here, actually. Yep, here it is. Okay. I really want to read this book once I finish this book, since I'm only we have one more section after this one that we're reading right now. So I really want to do this next, and that is Susan Fair. This is by Susan Fair, and it's Mysteries and Lore of Western Maryland, Snally Gaster's Dogmen, and Other Mountain Tales. I really want to read this one. I have actually read it. I'm currently on page 44. I'm a decent way through the book. It's 124 pages, so it's not that long, but it's definitely way longer than this book, which is only 74 pages. So I was thinking about reading this next. I'm fine with rereading the stuff I've already read, and some of that is the Snally Gaster, sorry. But yeah, Snally Gaster, that is the one that... So I've read about this already, the Snally Gaster. So I think it'd be fun, though, to read this, even though it has some similar stuff, because it's like you get a different perspective. And I think this is actually more thorough when it comes to the Snally Gaster, because it's way longer. The section for that is way longer than this section in this book. So I think it'll just be fun to read this book. So I'm going to do this one next. So stay tuned, because once I finish this book, we'll be moving right on to this one. Okay, so the Snally Geister. Reports of a strange flying beast known as the Snally Geister first appeared in Frederick County in early February 1909. The story was carried prominently. Some of these words are just eluding me. I'm so sorry. In Middletown's Valley Register, a weekly newspaper, for about a month, when the story mysteriously died. And in the early issues, the flying beast seemed to be everywhere at once. New Jersey, West Virginia, Ohio, and headed this way. It was reported to have created quite a stir in New Jersey, where its footprints were first discovered in the snow. The first person to see it, James Harding, described it as having enormous wings, a long, sharp beak, claws like steel, and one eye in the middle of its forehead. He said it made shrill, shrieking noises and looked like a cross between a tiger and a vampire. A vampire may have been a good description, for it was reported to have killed a colored man, Bill Jefferson. I'm really bad with names. I'm so sorry. By piercing his neck with its sharp bill and slowly sucking his blood. It was also seen in West Virginia, where it almost caught a woman near Scrabble, roosted in Alex Crow's barn, and laid an egg near Sharpsburg, where it was reported some men had rigged up an incubator to try to hatch it. T.C. Harburg of Casstown, Ohio, wrote a letter to the Valley Register in early 1909, telling of a strange beast that flew over his area, making terrible screeching noises. Harburg described it as having two huge wings, a large horny head, and a tail 20 feet long. He said it looked as though it was headed this way. Sure enough, the Snally Snallygaster was first sighted in Maryland by a colored man who fired a brick-burning kiln near Cumberland. The strange beast was seen cooling its wings over the outlet of the kiln. When the beast's sleep was disturbed by the man, it emitted a blood-curdling scream and angrily flew away. It was also shot at near Hagerstown, sighted south of Middletown at Lover's Leap, and seen flying over the mountains between Gaplin and Burkittsville, where it was reported to have laid another egg big enough to hatch an elephant. Sightings of the Snallygaster. I'm sorry. I've been calling it Geister for so long that I've been calling it Gaster now. Were creating such a commotion that at one point it was reported that President Theodore Roosevelt might postpone a trip to Europe so he could lead an expedition to capture it. Apparently, the Smithsonian Institute was also interested in the beast. From the description provided by Engineer 83 at Shepherdstown, West Virginia, they determined the beast was either a this word again, a word I don't know, Boverlopes or Snallygaster, since it had the characteristics of both. Further, its hide was so rare that it was worth $100,000 a square foot, and as it was the only substance known to man that could polish punctal shells, for those of you who don't know, are used by the African tribes of the, I'm going to butcher this name and I'm so sorry. Umbubland for ornamentation. The last sighting in Frederick County in 1909 occurred near Emmitsburg in early March. 3 men fought the terrible creature outside a railway station for nearly an hour and a half before chasing it into the woods of Carroll County. 23 years passed before the Snallygaster appeared again in Frederick County. First reports were received from just below South Mountain in Washington County. Eyewitness accounts claimed that it flew toward them from the Middletown Valley. The beast was often seen floating back and forth over the area and was described as being as large as a dirigible, with arms resembling the tentacles of an octopus. The creature appeared to be able to change its size, shape, and color at will. Although the creature made no attempt to harm any of the residents of the valley, most people sought the safety of their homes as it flew overhead. All descriptions seemed to indicate it was the Snallygaster, last reported in these parts on March 5th, 1909. As the life expectancy of a Snallygaster is only about 20 years, the most logical explanation seemed to be that the latest sighting was the offspring of the 1909 creature, possibly hatched from one of the eggs laid near Burkittsville. Since the Snallygaster appears so rarely, the Middletown Valley Register requested that local residents citing the creature provide as accurate and detailed a description as possible for scientific purposes. 2 such residents, Charles F. Main and Edward M. L. Leiter, were able to provide the necessary information. While driving a truck on the National Pike just east of Bardock Heights, they spotted the Snallygaster flying about 25 feet overhead. They thoroughly confirmed the descriptions published the previous week. The Snallygaster finally met his end in a way some might envy. The creature was flying near Frog Hollow in Washington County when it was attacked by the aroma of a 2,500 gallon vat of moonshine. As the beast flew overhead, it was overcome by the fumes and dropped into a boiling mash. And that's the picture we have right here. So yeah. A short time later, revenue agents George Danforth and Charles xoxo arrived on the scene. They had received information about the still, but were rather startled at the sight of the dead monster in the vat. The two agents exploded 500 pounds of dynamite under the still, destroying the remains of the Snallygaster and John Barleycorn's workshop. It was a great deal has been written about the Snallygaster since 1909. It has appeared in countless articles in the Middletown Valley Register, Frederick News Post, and other area newspapers. It has also appeared in the Baltimore Sun, National Geographic, and Time magazine. In 1976, the Washington Post sponsored an unsuccessful search for the Snallygaster, as well as other strange Maryland creatures. Frederick County is known for a great many things, but most will agree that none is as imaginative as the Snallygaster. Those of us who have been entertained by the stories of the Snallygaster owe our thanks to the resourceful staff of the Maryland Valley Register, particularly George C. Roderick Sr. and Ralph Sir Wolfe Sr., who in 1909 thought they would write a little nonsense to entertain the readers and boost circulation. Little did they realize that their imagination would continue to amuse for 70 years. So, yeah, so that's the Snallygaster. Snallygaster. I really like learning about the Snallygaster because I've read a little bit about it before, and I was like, it's just an interesting hoax that, like, they were able to do. It's just really cool. Like, I don't know. I found it very interesting. I'm very interested by it. Okay, then this is the last one. The last one, and it's the Dewey-O. Dewey-O. Anyways, on Saturday evening, November 27th, 1965, near the woods of Gambrill State Park, John Becker went out in his yard to investigate a strange noise. It was getting dark, and he had started back to the house when he saw it, something moving toward him. It was as big as a bear, had long black hair, a bushy tail, and growled like a wolf or a dog in anger. As it got closer, it stood up on its hind legs and attacked him. Becker fought the creature until it ran into the woods, leaving him, his wife, and children in horror. Deciding to remain anonymous under the alias John Becker, he filed a report with local state police, telling of an attack by a mysterious monster that they called Dewey-O. Sensing a good story, Frederick News Post reporter George May wrote a series of articles on the monster, and soon newspapers throughout the area were carrying the story. These articles spawned a rash of calls and letters to the newspaper, ranging from the absurd to the furious. Several University of Maryland students wrote that they had investigated the origin of the unknown creature and had traced its ancestry to the upper Amazon River and the, I'm going to butcher this, I'm so sorry, Yangtze River Plateau. They also reported that they had seen several of the creatures on campus late at night and found them friendly and fun-loving. The county treasurer's office received an application for a Dewey-O license from a John Baker, accompanied by the $1 fee. The license was issued and mailed in the care of George May, Frederick News Post. An Adamstown woman called the paper and insisted that this trash about the Dewey-O be stopped. She said her daughter was being treated for a nervous condition because of all this talk about the Dewey-O. The Frederick News newspapers also reported other sightings. Several hunters saw a strange black beast roaming the woods. An Allerton woman reported that residents of that area had heard something cry like a baby and scream like a woman for several months. A Jefferson woman said that she saw a strange dog-shaped animal about the size of a calf chasing some cows on a farm near her home. However, investigations by local and state police turned up nothing substantial, on the John Baker Dueo story. By mid-December, the story started to fade. There had not been many sightings for several days, and it was suggested that the Dueo had moved on to another area. For some people, the Dueo was a reminder of the snallygaster, possibly even hatched from a snallygaster egg. To others, it was merely a case of premature Christmas cheer. And that is the end of the strange creatures section. Now we're going to be going on to South Mountain in the next one, and that's the last section. So yeah. And yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's it for now. I'm ending on page 60, and there's 74 pages, so we're coming in close. We have like 14 pages left, so yay. Okay, anyways, I'm just really excited to finish this, and then we can move on to this one. So yeah, I'm pretty sure though that I'm going to film this tomorrow, so I'm gonna film this last one tomorrow. I'm not sure though, but I might start this up tomorrow, depending on how I feel. My voice is already like dying because I talk a lot in general, so my voice is always like, but I've been doing all this reading and stuff. It's definitely kind of taking its toll, so that's why I'm gonna finish this video. But yeah, I got this at Barnes and Noble, so yeah, that's where I found this. But yeah, anyways, that's about it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you want, you don't have to. You can subscribe too if you want. Oh, I'm gonna have some more tea, because why not? So yeah. Anyways, I hope you were enjoying me doing these little reading things. You don't have to like watch the videos in order, but I would recommend doing it. But you don't have to. Anyways, I'm going to go now. It's a little late. It's not that late. It might be 10. I'm not sure though. But anyways, I'm gonna go now. Anyways, yeah. So yeah. It's been fun reading this though, because I've been like wanting to read these books and get them off my TBR and stuff. And yeah, so that's great. Getting some stuff off my list, that's great. That's what we're here for. So yeah, and I might do more. I don't know. I'm doing these ones because these are like some short books that I have. They're just like fun, you know, fun stuff. I know it's not like October or anything. It'd be perfect if it was, but like I'm kind of always in the mood for spooky stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but I have my Stranger Things poster, and I have my Nightmare Before Christmas poster, which this one, I talked about this in another video, but I was saying I'm going to replace this. But for now, it works with the video vibe while I have it until I get it replaced with another one, because I only want that one for like fall and winter time, and since it's like spring now and stuff, I'm like, I want to get some, and I just want to get a new one. So yeah, I have some ideas, but anyways, I'm gonna go now. I love you guys so much. And yeah, stay spooky, guys, or I don't know. Anyways, I love you. Bye.